Hey everybody! Happy Turkey Day! I almost said happy Sunday. I'm so used to doing this on Sunday nights. This is a very special Thanksgiving version of our Sunday night show. It's going to be a little different. Let me just, one thing that's going to be very similar is there's going to be lots and lots and lots of technical problems. That I can guarantee. So, we're going to do things a little different. Normally, we talk about homelessness, and I'm sure we're going to talk about homelessness. And let's see, hopefully, everything is working the best that it can be. And stream settings, analytics. Okay. We're gonna be here for a while, so I'm taking a little time. Let me get it in YouTube. So unlike our normal shows, I set up software, and I know Addie and Derek will be joining. And if you guys would like to call in and be on video, we might try a call in show. So I do not know if I can do it, but we may try. So for the call-in show, we're gonna, ask that, in true invisible people form, formerly homeless people and homeless people, and this isn't a place to do self-promotion. This is us hanging out on Thanksgiving. And that is what makes this really, really cool. I added a fundraising thing, but we're not fundraising. The only reason I do that is because you guys start giving super chats, and I'm grateful, but YouTube takes 30%. So the donation thing is there. Please, this is Thanksgiving. I'm not putting ads on this. This is not about making money. This is about hanging out with us, connecting, and just being the family community that we've created. And if you are new, Addie is formerly homeless, and Derek is currently homeless. And they are the best moderators on the internet, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm a little slow, usually I'm like, ah, but, I think what it's called tryptophan. The turkey stuff makes you snoozy. And I feel like snoozing. So I started off my turkey day, and please forgive my silly thumbnail. I started off my turkey day with what I call a bad case of the effets. I was feeling sorry for myself. And a homeless person in our online support group posted, he was all excited. And this is a person who I've never seen them be positive before. They, and they're new to the group, so that wasn't. It just was an observation from this morning, and their post was a backpack and a couple of cans of soda, and they're super grateful, and it changed my attitude. It was an attitude adjustment for me because how can I say this? When I was in a homeless shelter and when I was in recovery, there was a guy that used to do this thing about, we should be able to, just be grateful if to breathe, to, because that means we're alive and we're human. You don't get your way. It's too hot. It's too cold. You lose your job. You get a flat tire. Your girlfriend leaves. Your boyfriend leaves, and this year, we've all gone through hell. I know I lost my mom in May. This is my first holiday without her, which is why I was feeling down in the dumps this morning. And, but we still have a lot to be grateful for. And that's what I want to talk about. What is it that you're grateful for? So let me first ask, do you guys, normally I do not post this stuff. I don't post links to this live like on social media. Do you want me to make this live for everybody? It's up to you. It just means more people. And I'm going to take a moment and clean my glasses and say hello to everybody. What a great show. Like I said, this is not going to be, I try to, produce a normal show where, my glasses are clean when we start. In America, over 250,000 people have passed away this year because of COVID. On top of that, people died of other causes. Internationally, I don't know what the death number is. Obviously Thanksgiving is an American holiday, but people all over the world right now are missing family. They're missing somebody. I'm gonna post this out. So let me. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. We're going to post it out. So, hold on a second. Even though I switched to Mac a long time ago, I am still not used to all the Mac stuff. And please forgive my obnoxious thumbnail. Please forgive my obnoxious thumbnail. Okay, I posted on the socials. And let me go back through. Hey guys, thanks for donating. The only reason the donation is up is you guys start giving super chats, which I'm grateful for. But YouTube takes 30%. So I know, I'm not, I can't stop you from donating. it's Thanksgiving. There's no ads on this. I'm not trying to make money, but if you are going to donate, and I love YouTube, but YouTube makes a lot of money, right? So they're 30%. And that's why they hooked me up with the donation and other nonprofits too. I was one of the first, so that it's 100% pass through. Uh, but as I was saying, this holiday season, or this, if you're in the United States, this is, for me anyways, the first major holiday since my mom passed away. My mom passed away in May. I mean, you have the barbecue holidays, you have uh, 4th of July, Labor Day, but this is the real, family get together holiday. And I'm missing the heck out of her. And because of COVID, here in the United States, over 250,000 people passed away. So that's all kinds of families right now are having the first major holiday without a loved one. Internationally, I don't know what the numbers are. Obviously, Thanksgiving is an American holiday. But I just don't want to be alone. We've done this before. We did it on Christmas. We did it on Christmas last year. I think we did it a year before on New Year's Eve. And we're doing it again tonight, or we did it last New Year's Eve. We had homeless people from their cars and all over the U.S. and formerly homeless people. And again, this is not like a produced live stream or anything. This is us just hanging out. There's going to be technical problems. We're going to try something a little different. If you would like to call in and be on video, you have to have Skype. We are hoping homeless people from our group call in and talk about what they're grateful for. But you need Skype on your phone or your laptop. And again, we're jumping into this. Addie and Derek helped me test Skype so we know it works, but it may have a few problems. So we're going to go for a while. And again, it's Turkey Day. I'm getting hit. I think it's called tryptophan. Is that, I don't know if it's that one chemical in turkey that you talk about once a year, right? So I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. But how you guys all doing? And let me know in the chat what you're grateful for. Just Rich, thank you so much. And thank you, people, for donating. Again, the donation is just there because you guys are going to give the super chat. And, I'm grateful. And Corendol, yeah, tryptophan. Thanks for my brain is just not functioning, right? So today, I went out to hand out socks. I go out to hand out socks often. I have a video queued up, one of my favorite videos. Give you a hint. All my videos are favorite videos. This is Zach and Friends. You might remember it. I've played it before when we did the 25-year, my 25-year sober live stream. We went for 4 hours. I don't think we're going for 4 hours tonight. Maybe. But everybody was feeding. I mean, there's so much food. I have my friend Dirk I walked up and I asked him, I said, are you good? And he says, "Yeah, man, I ate so much, and then four other people came up and four different times tried to offer me food, and I took some of it, but then I had to start turning it away." And it's great. It's wonderful. People want to give on Thanksgiving. How do we get that? How do we turn that compassion and passion people have on Thanksgiving to where it is year round, or that we're working to get people to end homelessness, not just feed people. And it's okay. It's the cool thing about charity is it makes you feel good. It helps somebody and makes you feel good. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. So you guys, as we go and do this, we're going to need some help, technical support, right? So if the audio's bad or if the video starts skipping or something is up, please let us know in the chat. The sooner the better. Again, I'm a little nervous here because we did this before with people I know, but I haven't opened it up to the public like we're going to today. I think that's a neat idea, but with it, and you know what? I'm real, you're real. This community, every community has trolls. We've been really blessed. I think we're good on that aspect. I'm more worried about I'm a TV producer. I'm more worried about the technical aspect, if you will. So let me see. I did a post in the group and there. And there was a gentleman, he's homeless in Texas. Hopefully, he mentioned yesterday that he would go on with us. And I think I saw Walter in the group, in the chat. Walter, are you there? You also mentioned that you wanted to possibly go live with us. Yeah, so I don't know the conversation Eddie's explaining. YouTube has very similar. Facebook does the same thing. If you make a donation on Facebook to a nonprofit, or if you make a donation on YouTube to a nonprofit, it's 100% pass through. They don't take any money whatsoever, no percentage. Normally, if you donate, people or organizations take money. There's bank fees and everything. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's really cool that YouTube and Facebook offer 100% pass through. What I put the donation there. Only one time have we, and that was during my 25-year sober birthday webisode telethon thing, whatever that was. The only time that we've used it for fundraising was then. Otherwise, I just put it there because you guys end up giving super chat, which is really neat, and I'm grateful. But in super chat, YouTube takes 30%. So if you give $1, 70 cents goes to invisible people and 30 cents goes to YouTube. So that is why the fund. This is not a fundraiser today. We're not raising money. There's no ads on this video. We're not doing anything to raise money. This is just, something that we have done more privately. Invisible People and the online support group that we have for homeless people and formerly homeless people um, are we've done this. We've done Zoom chats. I don't want anybody to be lonely over the holidays. And right now, because of COVID, not supposed to get together. So I figured, we all need hugs, but you can't really hug right now. So let's do some virtual hugs. Yeah, tennis. It's really cool that they do 100% pass through. So, guys, how is your turkey day? And please laugh all you want at my thumbnail. It is completely whacked. Waldo, hey Walter, Waldo, yes, we're looking for you. If you Waldo, Walter, now you got me calling you Waldo. You made mention that you wanted to go live. If you have Skype, I would be happy to put you on as long as you promise to be nice. I know you can be ornery, I can be ornery, but this is a PG-13 show. Joanne, I'm glad you're doing pretty good. Well, Walter, do you have Skype? If you have Skype, yeah, Joanne, you know why it felt holidays to me is because I woke up with the poor me's depressed. Um, and then I had a attitude adjustment. Xavier, I'm sorry you're depressed, but I'm glad you're here. Hey, just Rich, I assume you're saying you're willing. Oh, Walter, you don't have Skype? Gracie M, I'm sorry you didn't get turkey. So I was talking earlier. There's feeding everywhere. I can't imagine. COVID has really changed things. I can't, I can't. Hey, just Rich, what's your story? Let me know a little bit about yourself. I can't imagine what it must have been like when there was no COVID. Because today, I mean, every homeless person had 3 or 4, 5, 6 meals. Music Mama, happy Thanksgiving to you. Kern County, hello. Kern County, we do have Zoom, but this software doesn't work with Zoom. This software to go on to YouTube and everything. Okay, now we're going to do a raffle to see, do we put on Derek first or Addie first or them both at the same time? Derek first. Chicken. Oh, it's turkey. Do you say, instead of on Thanksgiving, That was a really bad joke. The tryptophan, I can blame tryptophan, right? Because I did eat turkey. Rogue, I hope you're doing well too. Hey, Charlize, Derek is in the chat, but we're also gonna bring Derek on. And Derek, you want to come on and talk for a bit? You're gonna have to unmute yourself. And looks like your signal went down a little bit. I'm not hearing you at all. You're gonna have to unmute. Oh, I might have muted you.
There we go. I'm
There
on.
you are.
You hear me now?
I can hear
Okay,
you
I'm here.
now. So
All
let
right.
me. Oh my gosh, your video is broken up. Um,
Is it?
yeah, you're awfully pixelated. You're great before when we did a test. You
Hmm.
must have less signal. Uh oh. Now he left us. You
Am
there?
I back?
You're
Am I
back.
back? Okay. Oh, I don't know why it's like that. Um,
Well, you're in a
what?
tent. You're in a tent and you're homeless. I mean, come on.
Well, I would hope my Verizon would be working better than this.
Well, when we
I'm on my
tested it, it was.
yeah, and I'm on my iPad, so I don't know why it's not functioning correctly. Um,
Well, so it might improve. So, without going into a technical, the signal kind of tests each for every 10 seconds. It's streaming all these different bandwidths, blah, 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 blah. Happy Thanksgiving, Derek.
well, happy Thanksgiving, Mark. How are you?
I am doing good. Should we talk about? Why don't you talk about what you did today and how you cooked for your tent camp? And here I am starting the day feeling sorry for myself until a homeless person shared about a backpack and 2 cans of soda, right? And look at Derek's smile, right? He's in a tent camp, kind of a shack. But here, Derek, I'll give you the full screen.
All right. Yeah. Well, I didn't really sleep much last night. I was doing a lot of prep work for stuffing for the mashed potatoes. Uh, so there was a lot of things that I was doing late last night. So I probably, if I remember right, I went to bed about 9. I woke up at 4 and started the cooking process. And it was cold this morning, about 43 degrees. So for California and the Bay Area, that is cold. For Addie, that's summer almost. uh, so anyway, 43 degrees. It was chilly this morning. Took a little while longer to cook food because of the cold, but then I'm using uh, different type of cooking equipment this year than I have in the past. Uh, so I was using my new charbroil oilless deep fryer for a majority of the cooking, and it worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. It was a good investment.
So let
Also,
me well hold on a second, right?
uh-huh,
You're homeless.
yeah, homeless
You're
people still
homeless,
have to
and
eat.
then you're cooking for that's what families do. And here you're being family to your neighbors.
Yeah, the folks here in my tent city, we are family. We share things. When one of us goes to the store, we go down, ask everybody if they need anything at the store. So we help each other out a lot, and we're all very close here. Uh, so even the folks that are temporarily housed in Project Room Key, they still come back here because they're family. We're all family, And so it's always nice having that. It's a good feeling, and it's different from camp to camp.
Well, that's what I was getting at. That but I didn't mean to interrupt you and send you. Uh, like I said, everybody, we're just shooting from the hip here. This isn't anywhere near a produced show. This is just us hanging out with friends and family on Thanksgiving. So go back to what your new cooking apparatus, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. It was I was going through looking for new deep frying uh, equipment for the turkeys for today, and I always had been wondering if somebody had made a giant air fryer instead of having to use the peanut oil to deep fry the turkey. It's just two and a half gallons, 3 gallons of peanut oil costs $30, and you can only cook two turkeys with that at best. So that gets to be very expensive. You got $150 for the burner, the pot, some of the equipment, another $30 for the cooking oil. Then on top of that, you got the cost of the turkey. So by the time you get through with everything, that's a pretty expensive bird. And then on top of that, while you're homeless, trying to get rid of the uh, spent cooking oil is very, very difficult. Because city does not want to take it away in our dumpster. They say don't put any oil in there, uh, so we don't put any oil in there. Uh, but they tell us to put it outside, and they'll send a special courier to come get it, but they never seem to do it, and then we end up having a mess out there. Uh,
So let me
that
ask you, what are you grateful for this year?
I am actually grateful for my family here in the community. Um, Even though I was gone for a year, uh, everybody accepted me back very graciously and very in a very welcoming fashion, which is what I wasn't expecting that because at the time when I came back, my camp had been taken over by a very hostile criminal element, and so the folks that uh, knew that I had returned came to me and said, "We these are the problems that we're having, and we need to deal with these." And so I got on that right away, and we pretty much removed 90% of the criminal element within 3 weeks. Uh, and right now it's been pretty peaceful because if you remember who lives across the street from me, they have a tremendous amount of guards now since the election. And
Well,
they,
that's interesting.
yeah, because one of the big things that has been happening during this election process here in Oakland, nearly every marijuana grow house has been hit.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a big problem. The one that is across the street from me, they have not been hit because they have had
You being hit by being robbed, right?
robbed,
Yeah.
robbed at.
So,
They get, they're literally under fire,
yeah, but hang on
automatic
one,
weapon.
hang on 1 second because I
Sure.
accidentally did a three shot, and on when we do this live stream on Saturday nights, people don't see you two. Hi, Addie. You're live. So this is the live chat team. I'm the fool on the camera, and Addie and Derek are super moderators. You've heard me say it, Are you stably housed now, Addie, or is it still like in a year it could be iffy? Okay, so you still don't know. You could be down the road, could be. And Derek is back outside, which we don't know. So let me put Addie on the spot. Thank you, Derek. Don't go anywhere. I mean, we're going to be here for a while, so you'll be with us. So, Addie, what are you grateful for this year?
Obviously grateful for invisible people. Like,
Stop.
hey, it's the truth. You've saved my life. What are you freaking out about? This dog. No, invisible people saved my life too many times to count, which is awesome. I also don't know. Wait, are people hearing me?
No, I think you're fine. Are you guys, is the audio back now?
Is it good now?
I
Because I'm
think,
seeing that. Oh, okay. I have the chat going on my phone.
no, I think when I put it to the three or to the two when it was just us, that it wasn't correct. Now what'd you do, Addie?
I didn't do anything. I just hit unmute. What did you do, Mark?
All good. So what did I do? I'm the hostess with not the mostest. So you're saying you were grateful, and we'll skip over that first part.
For invisible people. I'm also grateful. I'm actually in a few years going to be adopting, gonna be a mom,
Wow.
and my daughter is in the chat.
What?
So I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, Raven.
That's your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because she wanted to go on and do the Skype thing, go live.
Yeah, she does. That is my kiddo.
Wow. Okay.
Karen doll. I got attitude? Probably. I'm tired too. Um, I'm grateful to be in housing, and I'm definitely grateful for my pets, even though they drive me insane some days. Because Tilly will do her random barking, and then Shep here will just be clingy.
Yeah, that's what pets are all about.
Lucy's the best pet I have because she's a snake. She
Yep.
just chills out in her cage.
Okay. So, thank you. You all will be back. I'll figure out what the problem is. I am going to, my gosh, there's something. Tech problems, tech problems. Okay, you're going to have to mute yourself
Okay.
there on your Skype, or I can mute too. So, as promised, technology. Um, it's funny is that I really try hard to make the best quality show that we can, and there's always tech problems. But tonight, partly because of the tryptophan, and partly because you know what, it's a holiday and we're just hanging out. I am just accepting that there's going to be tech problems. Um, we have a special guest, if we can work it out. Chaz. So Chaz is homeless. I think in Houston. Last time we connected in person was um, in Austin. So Chaz, maybe we're going to see if this works out. He is going to be our first call-in guest. I mean, Derek and Addie are family. And he's going to be what they say a test call, a guinea pig, a lab rat, because we're going to see if we'll be able to do this. But I thought it would be neat. I know a lot of you in the chat are homeless or at risk of being homeless. And I thought it would be a neat way to, just add something a little special to this Thanksgiving gathering. So, y'all still with us? And there's I won't mention her name, but she texts me every Sunday to make sure we're going. And she was texting me today, what time? And here we are. We are live. Okay, so. Oh, I called Derek. I did an outgoing call to Derek. Okay, I'm calling. I think I might have hung up on. Hey, is that Chaz? There you are. Uh-oh, you grew your hair.
I've been trying to. I can barely hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me at all?
I can barely hear you.
Do you have headphones?
I don't. Actually I do, but it's quite a jog.
It's quite a job. Do you hear me enough for us to communicate?
Yes. I can read your lips too, so this is working a little bit.
Are you in your truck or your car?
I'm on the back porch of my friend's parents' house. They were kind enough to let me come with them for Thanksgiving, so I'm pretty stuffed. I'm just sitting out here on the back porch.
Awesome. Yeah, so you had too much to eat.
Yes. Yes, and there's pie waiting for me, and I'm not sure. It looks delicious, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Well, so we haven't talked for a while. What is
Correct.
up with you? How is your Thanksgiving? And normally we talk about homelessness, and you can talk about that a little if you want, but we're trying to do the show on gratitude. So, what are you grateful for?
You know, to answer both what's up with me and gratitude, I mean, it's what I'm thankful for. It's the same question, really. The Where I've parked my motorhome, because I know you know that I own a motorhome, and for a long time I was staying out of it because I was worried about uh, getting my parking lot or blowing up my parking lot and getting kicked out of my storage unit. But I built up a pretty good relationship with my storage owner over the past year or so, and I'm paying him for electricity. I'm allowed to stay in it, and throughout that time, he actually started building a RV park on part of his property. So he put in a mailbox for that section, and he might let me use the address to basically say that I live there. So
Wait,
in a
Let's
lot of
back up a little bit. So, somebody you know started letting you park your mobile home, your RV, on their property.
I moved into I parked my motorhome in a storage lot.
Okay.
I was parked on somebody's property, but they wouldn't let me pay rent, and it got really awkward because they were too old to for it to work well. And so I put my motorhome in storage, and because I didn't want to get in trouble for living there, I started living in a tent. And I was staying in the middle of the parking lot, and he was building up the property to put more spaces in, and he ran sewers and power lines and water all throughout the entire place. And it's from the time I parked there in the beginning, it was literally me parking in a gravel parking lot. And now I'm looking around at what's basically an RV park,
That is
and
where that's where I was getting at.
I had
So
no
you
idea that's what I
park
was getting
there, and
into.
now your guys are like building a community.
I mean, it's barely a community. I mean, at this point, um, I think the family who owns the place is from Guatemala, so just about everybody that's moved in
Oh wow.
is either family or people that work for them. And I have no idea what their plans are because there's like we understand each other and we can communicate, but there's kind of a language barrier, so we don't get too in depth with the conversation. But it's they actually they're the pastors for the church up the street, so
Oh
it's a
wow.
really it's a kind of I didn't realize I just I called them looking for a spot in the storage lot. That's it, and now I'm here.
And you got a safe place to park.
I'm safe. It's fenced in. There's cameras. There's people and there's dump truck drivers in the parking lot 24/7.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh. So you're in Houston, right?
Yes, I'm north of Houston in Spring, Texas.
Okay. When COVID hit, I was I was already booked flights and everything. Come visit y'all, and then COVID hit and that all got canceled. But I was excited to come and visit Houston, so we're gonna have to do it again.
I was looking forward to it, and I remember that.
So what have you been doing? You pretty active on the advocate scene. Like Derek, you were homeless, but really trying to educate people and advocate for homeless rights.
The majority of what I've been doing is trying to learn and organize my thoughts because I know you know that I have a lot to say on the subject, and I try my hardest to be well spoken, and that doesn't happen a lot. Um, but I spend the majority of my energy trying to figure out exactly how to say what needs to be said without errors, so that worst case scenario, I get a solid message across that people can take and apply to fix the problem, the real problems.
And what are they? Tell me what the real problems are.
Um,
I know I'm setting you up, aren't I?
there's just to name a few or scratch the surface. Um, geographical discrimination. Geographical discrimination not only includes the requirement to requirement of a permanent physical address, but it includes gerrymandering and the principles of segregating communities by geography and giving out incentives or programs, tax cuts, or tax requirements based on a geographical circumstance or redlining, gerrymandering. That's that entire spectrum of is one problem. Price controls are another problem. I mean, it's incredible to see. I just shared a tweet of a mother I know that's on WIC and food stamps, and it costs her $160 for 9 bottles, 9 12.9 ounce bottles of formula.
Wow.
And I can't I can't imagine why the conversation is so focused on housing when almost nothing is affordable. And that's another one of the issues.
Yeah,
And I,
so very
I
similar. Just you reminded me when I first started doing this work. I wasn't. I mean, when I became a family case manager, I kind of could look at a baby and pick out what diaper size they were. But there was a wonderful woman named Lisa that runs an organization called Help a Mother Out, and she runs a diaper bank basically. And she taught me a lot. And one of the stories she told were moms in Fresno that were rewashing diapers, disposable diapers, because that's all they had, to reuse them. And I can't even imagine that. And because of COVID, we're going to see a lot more of this.
It's kind of hard to imagine, but it's for me it's hard. It's harder to imagine society nowadays going through that. But to think about it throughout history, I mean, we wouldn't be where we are in these couple hundred years of a society if people didn't go through that all throughout history. So I have no doubts that we can get through it in a physical sense. I'm not, even if this was a plague where the rate was so much worse. I'm not scared because I'm going to take the right precautions, and I'm going to take those precautions whether or not the rest of America does. And um, that's a responsibility that's a part of every citizen's duty. And unfortunately, we live in a world where people can do what they want, and that's the law of the land. That's what God gave us the right to do.
And
So
that's good and bad.
I can only sympathize with the problems we have and try to focus on solutions that are actually going to give us the ability to mitigate these problems. Like if we're having a hygiene problem, we need public hygiene facilities so that people can take care of themselves
Yeah.
24/7.
Scotland just is the first country now to make female hygiene products free. That is amazing.
And things like that they're just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, that should be basically in the same dispenser, not actually, but in the same dispenser as the toilet paper dispenser in the stall. It should be automatic. There's there's no reason we can't, if we can funnel as much money as we do into all of these organizations that don't do anything, that you and I have a lot of things to say about. We can definitely put some of that money into just public hygiene solutions that are just completely and totally obvious, like Scotland has.
Yep. So thank you for being with us, and thank you. Where's my? I totally screwed this whole thing up. And thank you for being the first test drive. It worked. We had a call in. We had a homeless person call in. Not any homeless person. We had somebody that is amazing. All homeless people are amazing. But I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm so glad that you called in. I'm excited. Any last words?
You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you do, and keep doing it. I'm right there with you, and we're gonna solve some serious problems.
Yep. Cool, man. 2021, we're hanging out.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Man, awesome. Talk to you later, man.
Have a good evening. Be safe.
It worked. And almost no technical difficulties. I had a little bit. The software switching. So, my background is television production. And the most that I hate directing live TV. I did an 8-camera shoot a couple of different times, and I'm always horrible with it. But so I pushed the wrong buttons a couple of times. Anyways, that was jazz. We did it. We did a call in. I mean, Addie and Derek called in. Their family, they've called in before, but now we know we can do it. So, what's really cool? Well, first off, that we made it happen. And two, I don't have to be the only talking head tonight. So, how is everybody doing? Let me check in on the chat. Just Rich, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Crendel, I think he's probably still watching or reading, so hopefully Chaz saw the thank you. Yeah, I would have had him on longer, but he was having some audio problems and his headphones weren't there. If I did this again, I would give a little bit of a disclaimer or instructions to people to have their headphones. Hey, Jay, hopefully it was all right. It's a little bit old. Jay watched the documentary. There's a link down in the description if you haven't seen it. Hey, Mike, I'm sorry that it's kind of crap day, but like you said, we're all here together. Raven, hey. Oops, I don't have the, no wonder I'm missing stuff. Vanessa, thank you so much. Hey, Nico. And I want to remind people, there's no ads. The only reason the fundraiser is up there is because you all donate Super Chat. I'm grateful. And Super Chat, YouTube takes 30%. So I put the and that's how the thumb raiser. It's a thumb raiser. Telling you, tryptophan, holidays, we're gonna get silly. So you guys are in for a treat because at some point I'm turning it over to Addie, and then some point I'm turning it over to Derek because at some point I'm gonna have to pee. And there's no real commercial breaks. Yeah, Linda, Chaz is very smart. I'm not saying anything now that I haven't said to Chaz. So Chaz has a Twitter account, and he came across as much older than he actually is. And when we first met, I was kind of shocked that he was such a young man. Hey, Matt, the story behind the glasses is I wore a particular kind of glasses that had a similar blue frame, and they broke. So I can't buy them anymore, so this is the closest I could get. Do you like them? Matthew, thank you. Kevin, no bathroom breaks would be painful. Thumb raiser. Let's see. Trying to get some. So Charlie, who you all probably know from his channel, said he might go live with us. He said the other night, so I just messaged with him because I would. Eddie's moving her camera shot. Um, hey, John, thanks for the kind words. Dominique, I almost went to Echo Park today. I actually, like many, was about ready to cater a meal there, and then I realized there's so much food going on everywhere that I decided not to. Nico, you leaving? You're in the UK, so it's got to be really late there. And guys, we'll probably go a couple hours here. What are we so far? We're a little over an hour. Sherry, thank you. I know, Matthew, I'd love to hear from Charlie. I mean, he's got his. So Meredith, who we've never had on before, who runs a nonprofit Care Dad, she's East Coast, so I just messaged her. She might go on live with us. Okay. Someday I envision invisible people where we can hire like producers, and so it's not all this one man band and there's more of a produced show. But you know what, tonight it's just us hanging out. You know what Derek said? Derek said there's nothing on TV, so if there was a better football game, he'd be watching football. Hey, Raven. Yeah, if you got to go. Matthew, yeah, Meredith isn't responding. She did for a second. Um, So we'll see. Is anybody going to do the Black Friday thing? I mean, it's COVID. You really can't. And I realized after I said that, the world has changed. You can't go gather or do anything. Dominique, thanks for asking. I'm good right now because I'm hanging out with all of you guys. Um, but holidays, I've never been a big holiday person when I was homeless. In holidays, we say it's like any other day, but the truth is, holidays really hit you hard because you are not like other people. What I mean is, you see other people experiencing the holidays, or you see the commercials, or all that, and then it reminds you that you're homeless. Hey, Walter, I might come visit you. When? Yeah, Correndo, people will. You know what? I'm so sorry because I didn't think. This world has changed. How about were you guys able to? How did you? How did you connect with family? Did you do Zoom? Did you do Skype? Did you do FaceTime? I mean, this year has been really rough. Hey, Raven, why don't you give a call? I don't know your story or anything, but if you're Addie's kid, and I assume you know Addie, Addie could give you how to call me. So Meredith is not responding. Oh, no, 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 no. So let me give you the spiel because some of you, I'm sure, are new. Uh-oh. Who do I have? It's Raven.
Hello.
You got to, there you are. Okay, hold on. And this is Addie's daughter?
Yep, that would be me.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Raven. This
Hi.
is this is such a treat. Oh my gosh, and a cute giggle and everything.
Yep, I am 23. I've only known Addie since the beginning of this year, but we've gotten extremely close. She had adopted me as her grandchild, but that didn't really it. I just felt closer to her than that, and so I asked her to be my mom. And then the topic came up of her legally adopting me, and she agreed to. Though at first I was nervous because somebody else had said they would, and they flunked on it. They took it as a joke.
Right.
So, anyway, but she's going to legally adopt me eventually. I'm thankful that I met her. I live with my mama and my dad instead of where I lived for a long time, so I'm thankful for that. My dad lives down the street, but still, I live with Momo, and I can go see my dad whenever I want to. I have a cat and a dog, and they give me lots of joy, and I spend time with them every day. I have a job at Ross, so that's pretty good. They were giving me less hours for a couple of weeks, but now they're back to giving me more hours, so I'm pretty thankful for a lot of stuff right now because it's all going really good.
Right. And you got to go work. You got to be in early tomorrow, right?
Yeah, at 10:30 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Oh, wow.
I've never gone in this early to Ross before. Usually I work like in the evening.
Right. Well, I know you were just ready to log off too. So it's so nice to meet you.
I wasn't ready to log off yet, but in a little bit, yeah. But it was nice to meet you too. I'm gonna be looking to get more of the merchandise because I did get one of the mugs, the Invisible People mugs, but I really want to get one of the shirts as well.
Yeah. I remember Addie showing, or you showing you tweeted or something. So
Posted on Facebook.
Cool. Well, thank you, and thank you very much. Great to meet you. You're our second call-in. It's working. Bye.
Yeah, it's working. Bye.
Okay. We now have call-in capability, which is amazing. And we don't know where the show is going to go from here. What we do know is I have too many windows open. I have a habit of that. How do you guys... If you're just joining us, we're having a family gathering YouTube Live. We live in a strange time where lots of people lost a loved one this year, including myself. Added to that, the isolation of COVID. We all need hugs. Decided to do a virtual hug. Normally, we do a live stream every Sunday night. And it's a little more produced than what we're doing today. We're just hanging out, having a good time, chatting. We have Derek and Addie are the moderators. We'll bring them back on in a second. They are awesome. We might have other guests, hopefully at some point. We do not know. We just had Raven, and we had Chaz before that. One of the things that I do, and I thought about it earlier, I've interviewed a lot of homeless people on Thanksgiving, but this one video, and you guys might have already seen it because I did play it on the 25th anniversary. It was Thanksgiving 8 years ago. I was sitting in my apartment. I was feeling sorry for myself. And whenever I do that, I grab some socks and I go out and I start handing out socks, giving socks to homeless people. And I met these kids, gave them socks, and they sang me a song. We're out here on Hollywood Boulevard on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Homeless as shit.
Whatever.
Homeless as shit, huh?
Homeless as shit right there, buddy.
No. There's 12 of us. 15 now. 15 hippies that live in a bus that I bought. We travel the country playing music, and we do it to get food and gas.
Yeah.
Acts of kindness, man.
Acts of kindness.
Random acts of kindness.
And you were so.
Brought us socks, and that's awesome. 'Cause we haven't had socks in a while.
I know it. I mean, she's all putting on the socks.
Singing the same people. I don't know how I keep happening.
Okay, I gave you socks, and you said you wanted to sing me a song.
Yep.
Nail it.
Gravity can't hold me, and if you wanted to show me, don't stop, gotta know me. Tell me where you're coming from. Always wanted to do this. Not all of us pursue this. Usually their jobs pollute us. But come on, girl, and let's do this. And since I've come this far, girl, yes, I can walk just a little bit more. And since you come this far, guess you can walk, guess you can walk just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Guess you can walk just a little bit more. And if I happen to confront the darkness, which I'm sure by now I will, to keep the power in me. To hold it up, to keep it still. Don't let me fall from grace, just to feel the wind upon my face. Teach me that the peace, is all a happy man would ever need. So keep me where the light is, just keep me where the light is. Just keep me where the light is. Keep me where the light is. Gravity can't hold me, and if you wanted to show me, don't stop, gotta know me. Tell me where you're coming from. Always wanted to do this. Not all of us pursue this. Usually their jobs pollute us. Come on, girl, and let's do this. Since I've come this far, guess I could walk just a little bit more. And since you come this far, guess you could walk, guess you could walk just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Guess you could walk just a little bit more, 'cause gravity can't hold us.
Awesome. Tell me, what would you want people to know about living on the streets? What's homelessness in your eyes?
When you have a family, like I do, I don't know the like lonely humbums and never lived that, but like when you have a family like this is the only family you get to choose.
Ooh.
And if you surround yourself with things that you like, how can you go wrong?
Awesome.
And we have a trade. There's an ATM.
We got the guitar and we got the butt scratcher.
And the butt scratchers.
And the butt scratchers.
Grateful bread.
We're known as the Grateful Bread family. This is shortbread.
This is the Grateful Bread family.
Grateful bread.
Sweet bread.
Sweet bread.
This is Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread.
This is flat bread. That's butter bread.
Butter bread.
I'm Cinnabum.
Okay.
I'm Cinnabum.
Cinnabum. Okay. If you had 3
Buns. And there's that right there is crumb.
Okay. If you had
Biscuit, and that's fat bread.
Hi, I'm fat bread.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Bigger bus.
I don't even want a bigger bus.
Another bus.
I don't know.
Seriously, if you could pick any wish, you would pick another bus.
I'd rather be able to play music and people stop. And actually listen, take it in, because I write everything for people to listen to. And then the other one would be so that all my friends can eat as much as they want every day. And do as much LSD as possible.
Fuck yeah,
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Much LSD is
No worries, my friend.
Spin your fucking cookies, man.
So was going to talk a little bit about the video, but I saw Amy posted that this is her first Thanksgiving without her dad. And I started choking up because this is my first Thanksgiving without my mom. And I will talk about Zach in a moment. But if any of you out there watching, or like Amy talked about it, or so many people have died this year. You know somebody. We all know somebody. We share this stuff, suicide hotline. People that are depressed and suicidal, they don't call a hotline. They don't. I mean, it's a nice thought. But people don't go, I want to kill myself. What should I do? Dial an 800 number? No. It doesn't. When you're depressed, you're depressed. So that's up to us to pay attention. People, me included, I will give, there's a saying that alcoholics will tell on ourselves. So I won't come out and say I'm suicidal, but I'll be doing things hoping that you'll notice. And we live in a world right now, and you guys have heard me talk about this before. I'm sorry, Tammy. Tammy just said she lost her parents. You guys have heard me talk about this before. We live in a world that celebrates positivity. And that's important. Positive people, are positive things happen to positive people. I've seen it. I've experienced it. But you can't bury toxic waste and expect it to go away. We have feelings and you have to deal with it. And a lot of us right now, I'm alone. I am alone. I got you guys. I get it. I have an online support group. I'm in a city right now. You know when I'm going to be vulnerable for a second. You know when I feel alone? The worst. I mean, normally, there's a difference between being lonely and solitude. And I know I was going to talk about Zach, but this just came up. Just me, I'm so sorry. When I feel the lone, there's this difference between solitude and loneliness. Solitude, you're alone, but you don't feel lonely. I'm pretty good by myself. I don't feel lonely. Rarely do I feel lonely. Because of this holiday, and this is my first holiday without my mom, I feel extremely lonely. And where I feel lonely is when I'm around people. It's interesting, like when I'm in Manhattan and I end up feeling lonely, it really slams me because I'll be walking, let's say, through Times Square, and there's 2,000 people outside, all within reach, and I feel alone. If I'm sitting in an apartment and on a couch and there's nobody there, I don't normally feel lonely. But when I'm around people in a city, and this year, I intentionally, so I had a choice. I don't yet have the income yet to move to Los Angeles. So if I had stayed at home in Binghamton, I would have gone crazy. So I came to Los Angeles for the holidays. For this holiday, I'm going to go back for Christmas. I'm wrestling with that right now because now I'm just going to go home. But I'm in a city that I lived here for 30 years. I have good friends here. But we can't go out to eat. We can't go have coffee. And I don't, many of them have their own children, and, they need to protect their children. They need to protect themselves. They need to protect their circle of people. So they, this COVID shit has really it's really messed up everything. It's messed up the economy. It's messed up. People are dying and have died. And where I'm going with all this is, a couple of people already in the chat have mentioned that they have lost, family. And it's going to be a lonely time. It's going to be a lonely time. We're not out. It's going to take another year or two before we get out of this COVID stuff. And we really need to pay attention to the people around us, especially strangers. As I said, people that are emotionally hurting, don't call hotlines. I mean, crisis text line, I love it. Crisis text line is if you just need somebody to talk to, Google crisis text line and you text back and forth. Highly recommended. And we all, whether you're talking to your priest or your bartender, we all need somebody to talk to. And this, holidays are extremely lonely to begin with. I was just seeing if Meredith or anybody followed up. No, they didn't. And this year, because of the isolation and everything, we have to, which is why we're doing this live chat. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, say everything's going to be okay, because I don't know that it's going to be okay. Are we going to get through it? Yes. Will it be okay at some point? Yes. But often life gets worse. Oh, Amy, you didn't upset me. Thank you, though, for your concern. It's, and it's exactly what I'm saying. We have these emotions and we push them down. So, today I was feeling lots of emotions about being alone, and I pushed them down. Yeah, I went out and handed out socks and I pushed them down. And now we're doing this and I'll push them down. And after this, I'll eat more turkey and then I'll watch some TV and I will go to bed and I'll push them down. And your comment, I'm glad you commented. As I make another technical error, because I think this is the conversation that we need to have with people around us and people in chat rooms, and is, are you okay? Are you really okay? And if not, is there something I can do? So here's the thing. What we do as humans is, if somebody is around you and they're hurting, we feel bad that they're hurting, so we want to cheer them up. Or we say stuff like, I understand. I went through that. And maybe you do, but that person is feeling that right now. And when you say, yes, I know, the best thing you can do is be present. Just be present and listen. And it is, human nature that we, you know, hurt, we empathize with somebody and we hurt with them. So we want them to smile, we want them to feel better. And what happens is they push down their pain. And the best thing we can do is sit there with them and listen. Keep the mouth shut. I can't believe it. Keep this shut and just listen and be present. And let them talk about their feelings is the best thing we can do right now. Erica, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here tonight, Erica. Dominic, that's good. Joseph, I do believe in spirituality and everything, but, you know, our higher power, whether it be God or Muhammad or whatever your spiritual beliefs are, they don't take away the pain. The pain is there to teach us. And, you know, I know that's more of a Buddhist philosophy. I think Christians mess it all up because they want to live a pain-free life, and that's not possible. There's no such thing as a pain-free life. I will tell you, the best lessons in my life came through pain, not avoiding pain. Correct. Tammy, oh, I feel you on that. You know, whether it be good or bad, I was always able to be emotionally honest with my mom. And I remember some of the moments that I cherish are over the last year, I would cook dinner. And she would sit at the kitchen table and we would talk. And there was a couple of times where I felt trapped. I felt I was there taking care of her, and it was an honor, overjoyed, but also I knew that when she passes away, I'm going to be alone. And I'm losing all this time trying to find a future Mrs. Horvath and all these selfish reasons. But I would be honest with her about my feelings. And some of the times there was very discomforting for both of us. My mom was partly paralyzed, so she couldn't talk very well. But I miss being able to tell her anything. I could tell my mom anything. Yeah, Dominique, I am divorced with no goldfish. I can't have plants or dogs because I travel too much. It is rewarding. It is rewarding, and it's extremely hard. It is rewarding and extremely hard. And I'm singing. Didn't I make you a promise a couple weeks ago that I would never sing to you? Didn't I make that promise and I'm breaking it already? I am so sorry. Hi, Hatchet Mobile. When it's time to stop drinking, you'll stop. Get help. I couldn't stop on my own. I had to go into a place. And I'll tell you something. I remember going to the doctor because I was really concerned. Um, I thought I was losing my mind. And the doctor said, you have to go into a 28-day rehab. And I was like, are you kidding me? Don't you know who I am? Don't you know all this stuff I got going on? And I didn't. And then I ended up homeless for 7 years. No, Matthew, I'm not going to sing again. Dominic, I like stand-up comedy a lot. Derek, you're getting some more food. Awesome. 'Tis the season. And again, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. Karina, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Thank you for the kind words. F. Acosta, that's a good question. When I moved to take care of, well, first off, I was married and got divorced. Then, life went really fast. I was working in jobs I hated. I was worried that if I dated, but I didn't like date, like, gonna, get hitched, get married, because then I was worried that I was gonna be stuck in these horrible jobs. And then the economic crisis hit and I lost everything again. Because I went from homelessness to homeowner, making great money. '08 crisis hit. And then I was in crisis myself for the longest time. Then I was traveling. It's extremely hard to develop relationships when you're traveling. I don't have a job or money. And I know everybody says, oh, there's a woman out there for you that doesn't care about him. Bullshit. Bullshit. No woman or man wants a partner that is unemployed. Bullshit. That has a lot to do with it. But traveling and everything. And then when I started taking care of my mom, that became a full-time job. And I hate Binghamton, New York. I was like, if I fall in love with somebody here, I'm going to be stuck in Binghamton. So my hope is to get back to Los Angeles as quickly as possible and get my life back to where I'm relationship ready, I guess you'd say. Hey, Denise, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, my parents or grandparents are from Slovakia, but the name is Hungarian. Interesting enough, I met a homeless woman with the last name of Horvath today. That's never happened. So people been saying that the right woman will show up, the right partner will show up. Man. Matthew, I do believe there is someone for everyone. It's just my partner's on the other side. I mean, with all seriousness, I've got to get to where I'm not traveling as much. I've got to be in a city or an environment that's healthy for me and a partner. Anonymous, thank you so much. Kevin, I just told one story. I don't feel like telling another one. But I understand what you're trying to do, so thank you. PPG, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's very sad. They think this. So I go out and, connect with homeless people, but, I practically bathe in hand sanitizer, and I always have a mask. There's a pile of masks over there. Hey, Adam, thank you. Thank you for the support. Linda, I am not going to sing. It's a holiday. I want to be nice to you guys. I keep on clicking on the wrong thing. Oh my gosh, we've almost got 2 hours. So nobody else, the guests aren't there. And I think I lost my Skype connection with Derek and Addie. I think they're still in the chat. Hi, tuna is the fish. You're not paying attention to the important posts. Well, first off, this is not really a fundraising live stream. This is just a family live stream. But there's a donation link above if you happen to be in one of the countries that YouTube doesn't honor. You can go to invisiblepeople.tv/donate and greatly appreciate it. Or patreon.com/invisiblepeople. And thank you. But this isn't a fundraiser. So Derek's calling back. Okay, Derek. I'm going to put you on, Derek. I'm going to put you on.
All right.
Where is he? Oops, wrong camera. Trying to figure this out. Okay, Derek. Oh, your signal is way better this time.
Okay, good. Probably because Bart is really slowed down now for the evening.
Yeah. So, what's going on with you?
Oh.
I feel like a reporter, you're at mission control or something, Tell us what's going on in the front lines.
Right now, I'm just trying to stay warm. Temperature's just really dropping here in the Bay Area, like I said earlier. Tonight, we're supposed to drop down to 43. I'm already starting to feel the chill in the air, and it's only 7, a little after 7. So, got a long evening to go.
Keep on going.
Oh, but what's going on here? A lot of folks today suddenly disappeared, so I imagine they went to visit some relatives that may be close by or friends that are in some adjoining camps. But There are also a youngster that I recently took into the camp, and he has an interesting background, and uh, I'm hoping that some of my guidance here will help put him back on track.
So
So,
when I was walking around today handing out socks, and I started
mhm.
right around noon. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong button here. I clicked something. And I started right around noon. So I assumed that, the army of people feeding turkey had been out all morning. So I would come up on a camp and there would be either the person eating and have three meals like packaged with them because it's survival mode. People are like, oh my gosh, I got a free meal. Can I get another one? Can I get another one? Because that's going to at least last till tomorrow, right?
Right,
Without refrigeration.
right.
I mean, you guys probably have a generator, and so you guys are probably doing some refrigeration. But what I
Mhm.
noticed as I was walking along is everybody was stuffed. There was, this is Venice Beach. So you have the hippie element, the bohemian lifestyle. They're playing their guitars, they're playing their bongos. Um, and then a good percentage of people are just passed out. Yeah, it might be drugs, but the people in the apartments and the condos and the houses are passed out too. I mean, back in the day, I remember smoking so much weed, forcing the munchies on me, then stuffing myself, and then drinking so much beer that I puked peas and carrots. Right? I remember puking peas and carrots, right? And it was Thanksgiving. And you look at homeless people, and I was like, their life is a lot different, but only because they don't have shelter, they don't have a bathroom, but they're outside, and it was just a very interesting moment today.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. We have a lot of that here. Again, like I said, we have folks that kind of go in and out of the camp. We had a lot of food delivery. I think our first delivery was about 11 o'clock, uh, and that one was hot meals, and that one was through the city of Oakland. And so they came through here, dropped 20 meals here, which is how many people are in this camp. And like I said, for some reason this morning, everybody disappeared. So I just took the 20 meals. We have a community refrigerator that we have on site here, and it's powered by my generator. So it keeps things cold and refrigerated, not only for our community, but also for the house that run short in the months.
Yeah.
Uh, 'Cause we,
Do
we
you get
have a lot of donors.
do you get more food donations on holidays like a turkey holiday?
Oh, it's incredible the amount of donations. While you were interviewing Chaz and Raven, there were two more deliveries. I've got a stack of food sitting right here, just out of the camera range, and uh, I'm just going to go set it out on the table and in the refrigerator and let folks have it.
One of the things I worked at a family homeless shelter, and at Christmas time we got so many toys, so many toys. We would do the best we could to give to other shelters, call the fire department, but some of the toys ended up in the dumpster. You got to understand, homeless families don't have storage. Homeless people don't have storage. So all these people, and it's great. You have this heart of compassion. You want to buy, a bike for a homeless kid. Well, it's going to get stolen right away. So they're going to end up crying. It's going to get thrown away because they don't have storage. Best thing to do is ask the shelter and say, maybe mom needs some Target gift cards, because then she can go maybe buy clothes for the kids and different things that they need, instead of just buying toys that might get, and all the shelters get so many toys.
Hmm.
Just really need to educate people.
Yeah. And in this camp, we have two children, and uh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
people
whoa.
drop.
Oh, man, I'm pushing all the wrong buttons here.
Uh,
There we go. You have kids in the camp?
yeah, I'm back to having children in the camp once again. I have two children. One is 6, the other is 8.
And
Uh,
is the city doing anything to get them out?
no, city is not doing anything.
Oh,
The city has come down and uh, the city has acquired a new building now, and they're encouraging families with children to apply for this one particular building. Sad part is there's only 100 rooms available out of the thousands here in Oakland with that need. So, and then we saw Project Room Key was a huge failure here in Alameda County, where they were saying that they were getting homeless folks off the street. In fact, they weren't, because what they were doing was decompressing the shelters, the senior homes, where people were congregated in large groups. So rather than taking people from the streets like they were saying, they just decompressed those shelters, and some assisted living folks ended up in there. Uh, and it wasn't until about the last 60, 45 days of the program that people from Oakland streets actually got into rooms in Project Room Key or Operation Safer Ground.
the so this is my take. And besides my taking the wrong buttons again. Uh, Ironically, that they take one, take Cameron 3, and I never mind my take on so the homeless sector, like many, got caught off guard with COVID, and here I know, and I think it's a California thing, but I'm gonna give a little disclaimer. It could be Los Angeles. I can look up the link too. They didn't decide to put homeless people in hotels because they care about homeless people. They did it because they were worried about hospitals being filled. So they're thinking, oh my gosh, if homeless people get COVID, it's going to clog up the hospitals for us. So what do? Let's put them in hotels. So it was not even designed to help homeless people. It was designed as a stopgap to prevent overcrowding in emergency rooms and ICUs. So of course it failed. Now, in their defense, homeless services. I mean, the people that decided to do this only because of trying to reduce capacity for hospitals for house people, I have different words for. But homeless services probably had the best of intentions. All of a sudden, this COVID thing came around. Nobody knows what's up. They aggressively went into this Project Room Key. The good is, we know that our government, if it wants to, can take action urgently to get people off the streets. Will it continue? It's already not. It's already exiting people back to the streets, and they're not trying to repair and adjust to make it into a program. I mean, Project Home Key, which is refurbishing hotels to be housing, I think is a smart move, and they should have started doing it years ago. But oh my gosh, what a mess! It's all a mess.
Yeah, it's been crazy here in Oakland. It's like I said, they acquired one new building, and that one was a dormitory, and so we're still at least 6 months, 8 months down the road before somebody or anybody can occupy that building. But they're encouraging families with children to apply for that housing. So that's that, and it moved forward in the right direction for families to get off the street, and that's the priority that I have, is getting families with children off the street. They're the most endangered.
No, I'm while you're talking, I'm playing moderator. So Ian, I was going to type to you. I put tacos in a timeout because they're doing all kinds of Jesus stuff, and I'm a Christian, but that Jesus stuff. I'm rant time. Oops, I'm not on me. I'm on you. Hold on. Before I rant, I got to at least have both of us in here, right? So you know, the Christians that stand on the soapbox with the bullhorn preaching in the public, you're going to hell, that does nothing to help people. Okay, end of rant. Back to homelessness. So what are you doing after this? What is your Thanksgiving evening after this?
Well, right now, a lot of folks remember a year ago a major national headline, Moms for Housing. Well, I'm working with Carol Fife, and we're having we're putting together an event for the new year. It's going to be something. Yeah, we're actually going to be uh, again taking over some land, and we're going to be putting a lot of people in housing on that property. So it's going to be an exciting time, uh, and it's going to really shake things up. And we're hoping that it gets people thinking about opening the community land trust, because that's the way that a lot of us believe that affordable housing can be attained because of all the different properties that are available. Here in Oakland, we have about 600 acres, and if we built to the new tiny home model that we're looking at, that would be an immediate 15,000 new affordable housing units alone in Oakland.
I don't know if you saw here, you're not a big Twitter person, but they're trying to do a reclaim last night, and CHP evicted families that were in these Caltrans homes. I saw one tweet this morning that the one person was even arrested for a felony, which is really crazy. But really quick here. So I just want to, Scott, I'm fully, and Derek and Addie and many of you, I even tell them that if somebody is picking on me, saying bad things about me, leave it. The only thing we remove is racism and personal attacks. But at some point, if people are just, the Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you, scripture, scripture, it becomes noise. Then we're not able to have any conversation. And to be quite frank, it doesn't win anybody to the Lord or help them. All the, so that is why I put them on a timeout. I didn't remove them, but I put them on a timeout. It's just, there's a place for Jesus loves you, and that's Sunday morning in the church. Or if somebody's hurting and they ask, hey, can you tell me about your spirituality? Then talk about Jesus. But in a chat room, to continue going scriptures and all this stuff, it actually turns people away from Christianity. So, anyways, somebody asked, Derek, what are they doing for seniors?
What are we doing for seniors? Right now, the city is doing nothing. Um, they have a program that they're trying to restart. It's with an agency that I don't like, that I've been harmed by, which is BACT, Bay Area Community Services. Uh, they've authorized them for a new senior program that's going to take place in the new year. So We're going to see what happens with that one. We're hoping that some of the uh, changes that we've asked for will be incorporated into that contract. But as far as senior housing, uh, there's nothing on the horizon right now. There is something a year down the road with another agency that I work with that I'm very close with. They're putting in 200 new homes into Alameda. So in a year, some brand new single family homes will be available for uh, homeless families that are currently in transitional housing.
Cool. So I think we're going to wrap this up pretty soon. We're going for 2 hours.
Mhm.
I think the tryptophan is getting to me. I'm going to need to nap soon. So let me say
Uh,
thank you to you while you're on camera. And
Thank
I'll
you.
talk to everybody and we'll wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, all.
Um, that was awesome. Derek was um, great audio, great camera, and he's so knowledgeable of homelessness. I wasn't the best host tonight. I can't think too much tryptophan, but this wasn't really a show. This was us hanging out on um, Thanksgiving, being present with each other, um, creating community. I do want to thank, I don't think we got any other guests. Nobody. Only Raven and Chaz wanted to be on the show with us. Hopefully, there must be a really huge delay. There must be a huge delay. So we have been live for 2 hours. I am grateful this year that I'm still here. I'm grateful that you all continue to support Invisible People. Some of you do financially. I'm grateful. And some of you don't have the money to support and you just share our content. And I'm super grateful. I'm grateful for the growth. Invisible People has grown this year. We lost significant funding when the coronavirus hit. And we're still able to increase programs. The only thing we weren't able to do this year is hire me, but we're going to be able to do that soon. I believe next year we're going to be able to do that. I don't know if you saw, and I should have queued it up. We did a campaign with Ritz, which is really awesome. They made a nice donation to Invisible People. And we're currently doing a campaign with Haynes, where, to be honest, it's not an ad. I'm not getting paid for it. I helped with a bit of the creative. And what's really cool, it's not about selling socks. It's all about people donating to their local homeless shelter. So Haynes approached me and they said, hey, we would like to do something this year, but we don't know what. And I said, this year is really hard because of COVID. Shelters are hurting. Some shelters might need to even open. So we need to work out a way to get people to donate to local shelters. And they did. And that's the campaign this year. And it's really, 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 really awesome. And no Charlie, no anybody else. So Walter, that is a really silly joke, but I did laugh. I don't get it, but I just laughed. Yes, Scott Andrew. I mean, we're part of the Ritz campaign. The video they did is LGBT, Hispanic, and homeless. It's a little bit of a reach, and they added crackers to it. But you look at Santa Claus and Coca-Cola, or Nike and sneakers, and I mean, I'm grateful that they're everything we do, Invisible People. The brand has to have some kind of educational component. It has to be educating the public on homelessness. This summer, we did 1.3 million masks with Hanes, which was amazing. Really, really, really amazing. So I'm starting to lose my voice. The tryptophan is getting to me. I'm super full because I ate too much turkey. I got turkey from Denny's. It wasn't Denny's, but it was like Denny's. And I got to hang out with all of you. A few of you in the channel said, you lost loved ones too. Hopefully we can get a handle on this COVID. As we go, this period right now until Christmas is some of the hardest times for people. So please, please, please pay attention to your neighbors. And if you are hurting, please reach out for help. I know that's easier said than done. Do you guys want to live stream Sunday? I mean, we went 2 hours tonight. Do you want to live stream Sunday? And I'm about to get a text in 3, 2, 1. Because whenever I ask, do you guys want to live stream? There's one viewer who texts me, and she always says yes. So I'm sorry, Addie. I know it's been a really, really tough year for all of us. I am grateful. I'm grateful for all of you. 2 years ago, we started doing these live chats. We've been doing them regularly on Sunday. Now we do them occasionally on holidays. We did my 25th sober birthday. Boy, I can't even speak. And we're building a community. I never, ever thought that I could build a community around homelessness. And here we are. I mean, I don't know what the total numbers for the amount of people that watched tonight, but that, tonight wasn't really about homelessness. It was about being grateful in community. Anyways, I could just keep going, but I'm going to stop by saying I'm so grateful for all of you guys. Thank you. And I really, really, before I go, I got to say I'm grateful for Derek. I'm grateful for Addie. They put up with me and do this every time we go live. I know Derek said he didn't have anything to watch on TV, so just picking on him. But yeah, people are saying, let's do Sunday night. We'll see. And again, on the community section is where I try to update. You guys, I'm grateful for all of your friendship, all of your support for Invisible People's work to end homelessness. And I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week.